surgery, but questions have now come up about whether he missed his opportunity to take a long-term deal this past offseason. The report said the deal he was offered was one that, quote, some people in NFL circles believed Prescott should have taken. So, Shannon, should Dak have taken his initially reported deal that was worth in the low 30s per year? That's what we're hearing.
Skip, that's easy to say. Now, hindsight is a magnificent science because you have the luxury of knowing tomorrow what happened today. It's easy to say. He got hurt. Man, you don't turn down 35, 30, 33, 34 million dollars over 5 years, 150+ million dollars. Skip, that's easy to say. Dak bet on himself. Dak says, if I come out healthy, the market is trending high 30s, low 40s. That's where the market's heading because that's what Deshaun Watson got. But here's the thing. They wanted Dak to give them a discount, Skip, with no years left on his contract. You give someone a discount if they give you the long-term security and you have years left. Carson Wentz, Jerry Goff had the 4th year and a 5th year option when they signed their deals. Dak Prescott had no years left. Skip, I'm not going to give you the same discount because remember, Skip, you were asking him in year 4 to do again in year 5, which is dodge these landmines. Throughout the course of a game, there's 65 to 70 plays per game. The quarterback drops back on the average. Dak will probably look like he's going to drop back about 45 times a year. So that's 45 times, Skip, and plus another 2 to 3 rushes. So that's going to be 47 to 50 times a year, a game, that he's going to have to dodge a crash that could potentially end this season. He did that in year 4. And after the season, they said, now give us a discount. Huh? Give you a discount? Jared Goff gave his team a discount because he had 2 years left. Carson Wentz gave his team a discount. He had 2 years left. Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, they had years left. Dak says, I got no years left, and you want me to give you a discount.
But he was a 4th-round pick.
He was a 4th-round pick, but he didn't play like, I get it, because a lot of times, Skip, where you're drafted, that's what they see you as. That's what they see you as.
That's where you're stuck. You're stuck there for 4 years.
No, but no, I'm saying, but that's how they view. They don't, because if Dak was a first round, Skip, they'd have done.
I got it. No doubt.
We'd have been good.
No doubt.
So for me, Skip, that's easy to say. It's kind of like LeBron passed the ball to Danny Green missed. LeBron, you should have shot it. But if Danny Green hits the shot, everybody's happy. That's what makes LeBron James. The vision that he had that know where Danny Green was going to be, yada, yada, yada. So, Skip, I don't base things like that. I do not believe because Dak says, I'm worth more, I'm gonna bet on me. And guess what, Skip? I like Dak where he is. Because guess what? I believe San Diego might be in the market for a quarterback. I believe the Denver Broncos.
The LA Chargers, yep.
No, the 49ers.
Oh, the 49ers.
The 49ers going to be.
I thought you said San Diego.
Oh, excuse me. I meant to say 49ers.
Okay.
I believe they're going to be in the market for a quarterback.
They well might.
My old team, the Denver Broncos, I believe they're going to be in the market for a quarterback unless they be high enough to get, say, Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields. So he's sitting back looking, okay.
Okay, maybe.
I like my chances. I believe I can still get to high 30s, maybe the low 40s. This ankle heals, they put the plate, they put the screws in, Skip. No, but to answer Jenny's original question, no, I do not.
That he should not have taken the deal.
He should not have taken the deal.
Okay. I'm going to remind everybody where I come from on all these topics. I am a crazed, lifelong, diehard Cowboy fan.
You are?
Since they started as an expansion team.
Foolishly, you are.
I am. And it's in my blood, and I can't help myself. But I'm coming from a team standpoint, so I don't have sympathy from player to player in their contractual impasses with Jerry Jones because, in the end, I just want it to work.
Right.
I want
you what was best for the team.
Yes. Not for Dak or Zeke or Jalen Smith or whoever it is. I just want the team to prevail so that I don't have to come in here on Monday and hear the Cowboys do cowboy things. That's all I ever hear on Monday. They just did cowboy things, right? And you come from the perspective of you want my salary cap wrecked for a quarterback that you have never really loved. You have never embraced him on this show. Because I'm going to remind everybody, down the stretch last year, last 13 games, you gave him 7 Fs.
He earned them.
Okay, so he earned them. And I won't dispute that at this moment. Did I want him to take the deal? Yes, I did, because even you you sort of gave into it in the end, and you said, yeah, it's a fair deal. And by the way, despite what Jenny said about low 30s, the ESPN report we're responding to, it had that offer at 36-ish, okay? Like Russell Wilson, 36-ish. We still don't know exactly what it still has not been reported because Jerry wouldn't leak it. He had that much respect. He wanted to preserve his face of the franchise.
Well, somebody leaked something for it to be 33, 34, 35, 36. So
I think
someone leaked something.
I think there's some guesswork going on in there, okay? And how much was offered up front, guaranteed at signing? Jane Slater, NFL Network, said 80, which was pretty great. And there's $100 million figure out there of guaranteed over the distance of the contract, which is not always take it to the bank kind of money.
Exactly.
Okay, so that was last year. Before the year started, remember Jerry, after game one, said it's imminent, we're going to sign.
Correct.
He thought he thought he had a handshake. Remember this, the Yahoo report? And that deal got jerked out from under him, I presume by the new agent, Todd France, at that point, because Dak got off to a hot start against 3 teams that you considered garbage teams. But he was extraordinary. He lit them up. I believe he was leading the league in QBR after 3 games. It was 90-plus QBR. And here we went. They went to Cold War. That's what they did. And when Jerry gets mad, he just gets flat out, you know, plum dog mad, as they might say in Arkansas, where he becomes do not invite him, where he starts to take it personally, the way you mistreated him after a handshake deal.
And what should have happened, Skip, is that they should have like, okay, even though I don't agree with these tactics, we're going to keep the lines of communications open. And we're going to continuously work throughout the season and not just cut off all communication.
That's what happened. They cut it off. It was bad news for both sides. It was bad news for me. It hurt my heart to watch it happening because it felt like the beginning of the end of Dak Prescott in Dallas, Texas. That's how it felt. So what started happening? I believe Dak started pressing because here we go again. He's got to prove himself because the deal is not done. And he pressed and he pressed and he pressed, and they go to New Orleans, and he pressed and didn't have a good game, and they lost 12-10. And then he goes to New England, he presses. It was in foul weather, but they lose 13-9. And then, you know, he goes to Chicago, and they fall woefully behind, and it gets Buffalo. But the same Buffalo team you saw get destroyed last night destroyed my Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day stage at Jerry World.
They did?
It was a complete humiliation, and Dak played miserably in that game. And it led all the way up to at Philly, and he had a bum shoulder, but he wasn't very good in that game. Okay, F, fail. Okay, so Jerry's sitting back saying, really? What more? I'll still offer him the same deal. And if Jane Slater's right with $80 million guaranteed, that's kind of set for life kind of money.
So at the time of that, that's a lot of cheese at the time of signing.
Hey, $80 million bucks. That's what do you call it for your
generational?
Yeah, generational. You know that could be if you invest it correctly and you handle it correctly. That's generational.
And
kind
Texas
of money.
has no state tax.
That is correct.
So you're getting a lot.
Okay, no state tax. And he, for what it's worth, he had at that point a dozen national TV commercials. That's got to give you some added income. Plus, you are the quarterback of America's team. It's just a cool thing. It's the Hollywood of the NFL. Okay, so all that added up to me, take the pressure off, take the deal. It's not top of the market. It's not what you want in your heart. And you made a good point yesterday. You said, well, he may never have been comfortable. You know, he might have just never gotten used to that I gave in. I crumbled. I sort of said, okay, whatever you say, Jerry, I'll do it. Okay, so maybe he wouldn't have been happy with it, but I think the team would have been happy with it, and I think he would have played better with the pressure off last year leading into this year. So what do I see now? Dak Prescott, knocking on wood that he's going to bounce right back 100%. As Jerry said, he's going to be good as gold. But in the last 17 games, his record as a starter is 6-11. Well, I can't sell that. As a crazed fan, I can't defend that to you right here on national television because it's indefensible. 6-11. Is it his fault? Completely no. Is it some his fault? Well, he's the starting quarterback. Okay, so all I know is there were these first 4 games this year, and they fell behind 7-0 at the Rams, and 20-0 against Atlanta, and then 30-15 at Seattle, 41-14 against Cleveland, and 17-3 against the Giants, and then unfortunately tore my heart out that he got hurt. Because he is the comeback warrior, the greatest comeback warrior I've ever seen is Dak Prescott. But it's hard to come all the way back from 41-14.
Right.
And then the defense collapses, and it's another L. So my point is, if you had taken the deal, it's still a fair market deal for what you've achieved so far, which is you've won 1 playoff game and you have 2 losses. That's all you got. And you've had stretches of very mediocre play. And last year you were subpar really over the last 15 games.
But see, the thing is,
I'm sorry, the last 13 games.
I would agree with you if that's the way they evaluated quarterbacks. But they've never evaluated quarterbacks, because if they did, Matthew Stafford would have never gotten the second contract, because he's never won a playoff game. He's never won the division.
But he was the first pick in the draft.
And you look at some of these other quarterbacks, Skip, the quarterback position.
Yep.
You know they always get overpaid. They get paid on what you believe they're going to be able to do. And what Jerry is telling me by not paying Dak, he keeps saying, oh, Dak's our guy. He can win multiple championships. But you not giving him the money tells me that you don't really believe that, because you plunked down all that money. You went all in, Skip, on the Cowboys, because you believe that long term they could turn you a massive profit. So you was willing to mortgage everything to get them.
Okay.
You look at what he did with that $1.5 billion state-of-the-art system facility in Frisco. He believed that, hey, I can have, you can come work out here and you can come watch practice here. I found a way to monetize. So that's what Jerry does. When Jerry believes in something, Skip, that money talk. I don't care what he says.
Yeah, I buy this. Okay, but it's like the quote that we were playing off in the ESPN analysis. Most people consider him a fringy top 10 quarterback. And I always tell you, I got him ranked 10th some days, 9th some days. Well, that's still pretty great. But it's not top 5. And it's not Mahomes, and it's not Deshaun.
But see, fringy quarterbacks, Skip, when they come available, they get top 5 money.
Okay.
So
and is he better than Kirk Cousins? Yes.
And Skip, you look at Tannehill. I still believe Dak's better than Ryan Tannehill, although Ryan Tannehill played unbelievable.
Unbelievable, but I totally agree, because I still don't buy Ryan Tannehill. We're going to talk about that.
But look what they gave him. After 8 starts, they gave big time dollars.
All right, so bottom line question to me is, if Dak had taken this deal before last season started, when it was on the table, when Jerry thought it was imminent that they had a deal, do you think he would have played better last year and into this year because of the comfort zone of the deal's done and it is what it is?
No, because you like guys to play angry, like the guys to play hungry. And he was hungry because he wanted to prove that I'm worth what I'm asking for. And so Dak's going to do. And I'm not to say that he wouldn't have done that, Skip, had he signed the contract. But I'm just saying, like I said, I haven't been around him a whole lot, but I think I got a good peg on him. The way he's wired. He was going to prove that I'm worth what I'm asking for. And that's how guys are. Okay, you saying I'm not, I'm saying I am. One of us is wrong. I'm going to prove that I'm right.
I think he would have played better, unless you're right about he would have been ashamed of the deal and sort of held it against Jerry. But I don't think in time you just let that go, and now you're the quarterback for the next 4 or 5 years, whatever the deal is.
Skip, if you look at the defensive players. They go up and up. You have Von Miller, and then it was Aaron Donald, then it was Khalil Mack, and then Myles Garrett, then Joey Bosa. They keep expanding the ball. Now, I don't believe any of those guys better than Aaron Donald. But they signed after Aaron Donald, so they got more money.
Okay, but they're all in that top 5-ish pass rush echelon.
But they got over. But I believe that, you watch. All he needs is one team, Skip. He needs one team, because if you don't franchise, that means he's a free agent because you can't protect him.
I still believe he's going to get a second tag.
You do?
Yeah, so he'll go 34 and 38 million, which is not bad money.
I don't know.
That way he will make more money with 2 tags than he would have made signing the deal at 36 and 36.
Hey, I believe, somebody going to put that money on that. You just going to get healthy?
What you're hoping.
You're going to get healthy, Dak. That money right there. Dak going to get that money.
Get healthy, and boy, at this point, we just want to wish him all the best. Derrick Henry, last night, did he dish out the most impressive stiff arm ever? We're going to show you what everyone has been talking about this morning next.
No mercy.